Well, still with this story, shootings in Chicago, they're up nearly 90% this year compared with last year. Murders have increased over 70%. The US newspaper, the Chicago Tribune, tracks each and every shooting in the city. And the paper says 336 people have been killed so far this year. If the murder rate continues at this rate, 600 more people will be killed before the end of the year. CCTV's Rosa Kazan has that story.
I'm constantly praying, asking God to lend a hand in. Young dudes constantly spraying. Peace is what I'm demanding. All this shooting, all this killing, I don't think I can take all of this. Only people I want to hear clapping is the audience.
Robert Thomas turned to poetry to express frustration with the rampant gun violence in Chicago.
And I realized why young guys grew up with a gun in their hand. That's because he's taught to be a young hitter and not a young man.
His cousin was shot when he was 7, and gun violence was part of his everyday life.
Growing up on the south side, it was, after a while you kind of get used to it because it's like shootings here, shootings there. So it's like, oh, okay, they're shooting over there, just don't go over there.
He says awareness of the dangers has made him stronger. Thomas now dreams of becoming an actor and a singer-songwriter.
Oh, I'm the freak. Nah, your friend Misha, yeah, that's the freak.
The gun violence has taken a psychological toll.
It made me a little anxious to always just look back when I'm walking. When I'm walking down, just watch my back no matter what, head up. Never look down in your phone.
Civil rights activist Trina Reynolds Tyler says that's the experience of many young African-American men in low-income areas.
Death is something that is very present in a lot of these young people's lives. So I think that staying alive is something that is frequently on their mind.
And it's on the minds of these students from the Daly Elementary Academy in one of Chicago's crime-ridden neighborhoods. They're marching for peace, a culmination of a 12-week program designed to teach nonviolence. Teacher Karen Ramirez says the nearly daily exposure to shootings affects their ability to study.
I can definitely tell in the classroom the next day. Their minds are somewhere else.
Ramirez recalls one particular incident some students had witnessed.
I needed the counseling. I called the office and I said, I need somebody to come and talk to them. And I think it was more for me. They're strong. And they don't let that affect them.
For 12-year-old Deonna Hardy, violence came right to her house when a rival gang tried to intimidate her brother.
So they just shot at your house?
They shot at my door, at my window, and the bullet went past my mom's ear, and it went through the cabinet and the freezer.
For weeks, Deonna had trouble sleeping.
2 years ago, a shooting happened right here in this basketball court, just steps away from the Daly Elementary School. 13 people were shot and wounded, including a 3-year-old boy.
Chicago had its deadliest first quarter since 1999. On average, someone gets shot nearly every 3 hours. Critics are calling for more policing, but Tyler believes the problems runs deeper.
Our education system fails us. Our unemployment system fails us. The resources that we have available in our neighborhoods, they fail us. We have no resources.
For Thomas, he hopes his future is bright.
I just feel like because I have faith in God, that nothing will come over me. And so I just try to stay focused on what I'm doing in my life. Just try to keep it moving.
Rosa Kazan, CCTV, Chicago.